Hello, busy dads and busy people everywhere. It's a sunny day here in San Diego. I'm just on campus to do some teaching, and I thought I'd take a few minutes between lectures to give you all an update on where I'm at right now. The injury is here for the time being. It's going to be at least another 4 weeks, but probably more like 6 before I'm able to return to my burpee training practice, before I'm able to put weight back on my hands. And in the past, this kind of layoff would have really hit me hard. Today, I'm feeling serene, I'm feeling happy, and I want to explain to you some of the hard-won lessons that I've learned over the years that have helped me deal with layoffs like this with a kind of serenity and equanimity. Sorry for the background noise. What I realized was that the most dangerous feeling you can feel in relation to any practice that you're trying to sustain is a feeling that you're drifting. A feeling of aimlessness, of not knowing what to do. And when you feel like there's nothing you can do, it's really hard not to drift. And so the most important thing is to alleviate that feeling, is to create a sense of purpose so that you don't drift. How do you do that? The answer is, at least the way I do it, is I reverse engineer. I think myself into the position I will be in on that day in November, maybe in December, 6 weeks' time, when I'm ready to hit my first set of Navy SEALs again. I'm ready to return to my training practice. Let's take a really conservative, pessimistic estimate of how long that'll be. Let's say it's going to be another 6 weeks. Okay, fine. I asked myself, where do I want to be on that day? Who do I want to be? The person who returns to the training, who hits that first set of Navy SEALs, where do I want that person to be at? Once I've answered that question, that tells me what I need to do between here and now to create that person. So here's a few answers to that question. I want that person to be lighter than the person standing before this camera. A lot of my best PRs with the burpee training I performed when I was leaner and lighter than I am right now. So I want to drop 5 to 10 pounds before I go back to my training practice. Okay, well that gives me a project that can start right now. Okay, from today. In fact, I've already started. I can start to cut a little bit. I can start to work on my fasting, monitor my calories a little bit, try and improve the quality of my calories. That's something I can do here and now. I'm not drifting anymore. I have a purpose. What else do I want? Well, I want that person to have better conditioned legs than he has right now, so that he can perhaps bite off a couple more 6 counts in the time than he used to be able to. Okay? So I can program some squats between now and then. Nothing in my injury is preventing me from strengthening my squats. So I can structure my workout week. And all of a sudden, I've got structure, I've got a project, and there is a context that links me to that day in 6 weeks' time when I go back to my Navy SEALs and my 6 counts. And so my practice isn't suspended at all. My practice is ongoing. It's just that I'm participating in my practice in an unusual way. That's fine. I have my practice. I'm maintaining it. This is not a blip. This is not 6 weeks off. This is just training in a new way that adjusts, creating goals that reflect my circumstances. But there are goals. There is purpose. There is no drifting. And that is absolutely essential. If you don't have goals, you will drift. If you drift, everything falls apart. So my advice to you, if you're dealing with a layoff, just think your way to however long it's going to be. It could be 6 months, it could be a year. When you're out of that hospital bed, when you're out of that cast, Where do you want to be on that day? And what can you do between now and then to make sure that you're where you want to be when you go back to your practice? As soon as you ask that question, okay, you can start creating meaning, structure, and goals for yourself. And as soon as you do that, all of that panic, all of that listlessness, that despair, it lifts. You got a purpose again. You got a reason to be doing things. You've got something that's uniting your activities, and that's what we need. So don't drift. It's my main piece of advice. A second reason for making this video in relation to that is, as I'm thinking ahead to where I want to be 6 weeks time, what I can do for myself between now and then to improve my fitness so that as I return to my Navy SEAL and 6-count training practice, I'm as lean and dangerous and fit as I can be. I'm realizing that probably the approach that I'm taking, which is focusing purely on squats, is a bit limiting. So I want to draw on the expertise in this community. Those of you out there with different training backgrounds to burpee training, I'd love your thoughts. What are the things I can be doing between now and November, late November or December? What are the things I can be doing over the next 6 weeks within my 80-minute training budget per week on top of squat training to try and improve the position that I'll be in 6 weeks time? I'd love to get your feedback and your thoughts. Okay, if what you say chimes with me, I'll definitely learn from you and incorporate your suggestions into my training. So please do share your thoughts, and thanks for listening. I'll see you all soon.